But I'm not thinking have our building is. Good luck with that.
You shouldn't tell them why we think. We should just let them wonder why we're on one side of the conversation.
Did Maribella respond if she's coming?
Yeah, she said she would.
Okay. Probably her. You have quorum, right?
We do.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get started then since we have it.
Good.
So I call the meeting of the Human Relations Committee to order. The purpose of the Bismarck Human Relations Committee is to create an atmosphere of inclusion, equality, and accessibility through education outreach to recognize the value of a diverse community. You don't have anybody on for public comment, right? Oh, notice. Yeah, all right. So did everyone get a chance to review the meeting minutes? You have a second to review the other copy?
No, sorry.
I think I have one. You know, I just have to. Here you go. I'm gonna look at some quick. I didn't see any changes. Joan or Tia, did you see any changes or anything that we need to talk about in regards to the meeting minutes?
Nope. Looks good.
Did you have anything?
I do not.
Give you, Betsy, a second to review them. They're not that long. I didn't see anything. Katie, did you see anything?
No.
Sit over here
Is it?
because everyone's on this screen. Oh.
I think they look good.
Maribella, did you have a chance to review the meeting minutes? Okay. Did you have anything at all regarding them? Okay. Do you have a motion to approve?
I'll motion to approve the meeting minutes.
I'll second.
Any other discussion? Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Bye.
Opposed? All right, well, let's go to the rest of our agenda. Tia and Joan, if you want to share a recap of the Lions Club meeting that you guys went to. And how that went.
It went well. We just introduced who we are, Human Relations Committee. We talked about our events, our mission, what we represent. We introduced, we opened up that we are willing to partner with any of the organizations if they have any ideas. We open volunteers as well. What else do you have, Tia?
That's pretty much about it. Address the fact that we kind of work as we speak to the city commission if we need to. If anybody brings us anything, we let them know our meetings are public. Talked about the podcast and then kind of just what we do.
Do they have time for questions? Didn't have any pressing questions?
No, we had quite a few questions. They were probably just more basically, I think, Joan stuff that maybe I forgot to touch on. But yeah, we had just, I don't know, quite a few, I thought.
It's funny. Was it the president, Tia, that kept saying Human Resource Committee?
Yes, she did.
There you go. All right, so let's move on to community conversations. This is probably gonna be our biggest topic of the day. So we've had some stuff happen since our last meeting. I know there's been a subcommittee meeting since then. One thing that we had talked about, I believe, at their last meeting is looking at partnering with Missouri Valley Missouri Valley Coalition for Homeless People. Make sure I got it right. To do the event because they serve the population that we're going to talk about homelessness at the event. So the subcommittee met and talked about it, and then Katie and I set up a meeting with Michelle Erickson from the Views Adult Resource Center, who is on the committee, and they're one of the partner organizations to that nonprofit. So we went to her and talked about what she thought about partnering with us, and she thinks it's a good idea as far as the partnership at the event, that they can have people that are from the different entities from that Missouri Valley whatever.
Just call it the coalition.
Yes, the coalition, sorry.
Yeah.
The coalition be there, and some of the members are actually the ones that we had asked to speak. So we talked about that, and then we found out when we were setting this up, the initial date, for some reason, Jim from the Dream Center couldn't be there, and we found out the reason why he couldn't be there is because there's a block party at the Dream Center that same night. However, come to find out, they have that on a monthly basis, so it wasn't just a one-time thing. We looked at the possibility of having the event the same week as, what is it called, homelessness
It's
awareness?
Pennsylvania Homelessness Awareness Week. Nationally, it's a national hunger and homelessness awareness week. And the coalition oftentimes does a series of events that week. And so we discussed sort of aligning or collaborating on hosting the community conversation the same week. Michelle Erickson also recommended considering hosting it at a place like the Dream Center, so a place that's providing services or is sort of really centered around the topic that we have. But when we went back to the drawing board of moving it to November 18th and doing it at the Dream Center is not available on November 18th. So we're sort of back to the drawing board of, we have already confirmed our moderator and our panelists for November 6th. And it seems like if there isn't an opportunity to host it the week of hunger and homelessness, that we should really stick to our main date, maybe adjusting the time a little bit, and having it at the library as originally planned.
So the library is already still booked for November 6th. Tia, do you remember what time you booked it? Tia's the one who booked it. So I'm assuming, well, we were gonna have the event at 5:30, right?
Yeah.
So I'm assuming it's like 4:30 or 5 that we booked it. The one thing we could look at is moving it till 6. And the reason why is the block party, I believe, is like 5 to 6:30. And if the individuals would want to attend the block party, they could then come to the community conversations and still both. I don't know if that's something that we want to look at. In the past, our events have been at 6. The reason why we had moved it prior was for some transportation things as far as transit goes, I believe. I'm just wanting to know other people's thoughts, and I know you two probably have talked about it since you're both on the subcommittee, and Joan is, but Tia and Betsy, as far as your thoughts as well.
Either time works. I mean, it's gonna work better for the public. And how many of those people would go to the Dream Center? We want to try to make it convenient for every party going on. Yeah.
I also think that, I mean, no matter what, we're still gonna work to collaborate with the coalition, right? Like whether it is a part of that Hunger and Homelessness Awareness Week or just earlier in the month. And we do already know that, well, 4 of the 5 panelists as well as the moderators are available on the November 6th date. So I guess my gut feeling at this point is to keep it on that same date with the panelists that we've already confirmed and continue to work with the coalition.
I agree. In my mind, I was already keeping it on that day. That's
Yeah,
why
yeah.
it's like, because why would we ask them to rearrange their schedule?
Yeah, I agree too. I mean, changing half an hour wouldn't change much, but we want to have as much people as we can. And some to come from their, you know, their meetings and some from the public. Just
So they have a meeting, the coalition does, and I talked to Michelle and we are actually on the agenda for their next meeting. I for sure am going. It's September
29th.
9th.
And there was 2 meetings, right, Sergiana? There was a 9 a.m. public awareness and then their main meeting. So I think that'd be really helpful to just make sure all of those partners know what we're doing and seeing if there are more formal ways to collaborate. Yeah.
So 9 o'clock is, from what I understand from Michelle, is where they talk about all their events coming up in November for the month. And then the 10 o'clock is where we present about what we do and our community conversations. So I think they have.
I'll actually go around the table. for
Oh,
All
you
the
can go.
updates.
There you
I've been
go.
to several of them.
There you go.
Yeah, they actually go through every organization present, including people they might not know about. So they'll ask, everybody has a place to speak. So
Oh, yeah, she put us on the agenda, confirmed that today with her. So, and then we can talk to them about this and having them involved. And they, I believe, will be willing to then share it on their social media platforms, as well as maybe some of the organizations that are involved will be able to share as well, especially probably the ones who we have partnering with us to speak on the panel of event. And I mean, we could also look at seeing if like, the Dream Center would, you know, we talked about flyers. Maybe if the Dream Center would allow us to, since Denise from the Dream Center is actually a panelist, if they would allow us to have flyers down there to share with the people that, go to the Dream Center as well. Because they have a really nice display case where they have different flyers that people can take. I'm sure they would allow us to put one there or several there.
where are the other 4?
The panelists?
So we have Mark Heinert from YouthWorks, Denise from Dream Center, Ashley Johnner from Sacred Pipe, and Renee for Public Health. Our 5th, we always want to have someone there, 1 to 2 people that have like lived experience. So Sister Kathleen is our moderator. Sister Kathleen and Mark, we're sort of collaborating to figure out just identifying someone with lived experience.
Then reach out to Dara Strand.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Waiting to hear, you guys waiting to still hear back from Sister Kathleen? If she had any.
I don't know if you have any updates, because Joan was talking to Sister Kathleen. I sent a follow-up to YouthWorks. They had 2 young adults that they wanted to inquire, and I haven't heard back from them.
Also reach out to maybe the BPS coordinator.
Yeah.
If you, I mean, it'd be outside of that a little bit, but I think they have over 400 students that are.
Okay.
She was on the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Joan, have you had any conversations anymore with Sister Kathleen about a potential another panelist?
So the last time I asked, she said she hasn't identified anyone yet. So if you want to proceed, Katie, asking those people, I mean, go right ahead. And in terms of the time, are we moving it? Are we confirming it at 6? So I can update Sister Kathleen and Sacred Pipe.
I feel comfortable doing 6 to
Okay.
8.
Yes, and I'm the one who had Denise and Renee, so I can let them know.
Are we having, is it Michelle to co-moderate with Sister Kathleen?
Let me update the group on that, Joan. I was just gonna say, I feel like our subcommittee stalled a little bit because of all of these scheduling challenges. So I think now that we're gonna be solid on that date, we can push forward for that 5th panelist. So, Sister Kathleen, has confirmed on November 6th, she can co-moderate. When we met with, Michelle Erickson, we actually did talk about the idea of Michelle co-moderating with Sister Kathleen. We typically have an HRC committee member co-moderate. So I just wanted to bring to this committee, I think that there's a benefit of having as many people on that stage that have expertise in this area and provide leadership in this area in our community. So I wanted to bring it to the committee to figure out, are we comfortable with 2 partners being co-moderating the conversation with our guidance and our questions? If we did it that way, I would obviously pop up, welcome people to the event, sort of anchor them into the purpose and the purpose of the City of Bismarck's HRC, all of that, and then turn it over to Sister Kathleen and Michelle? Or do we want to make sure that one of the co-moderators is an HRC member? Anyone have thoughts?
Since we're gonna be involved and you would be involved, I'd be fine with it. Knowing the 2 of them, I'd be fine with those specific 2 people being the co-moderators.
I guess, does anyone have any concerns about us moving forward with Michelle and Sister Kathleen? And then we'll do the introduction.
So
Clarifying question. So it's 6 o'clock, November 6th, right, at the library? Is that,
Yes.
okay.
November 6th, 6 o'clock at the library.
And we will confirm, whoever had the contact with the panelists will confirm them that 6 o'clock now works as well. And I think my panelist, I actually said like 5:15 dates, so I think they'll be fine. I think I expanded.
And then I have an upcoming meeting with Kaylin to figure out the communications plan. We have like a draft flyer. We were obviously waiting for time and location. And then draft press release. So we'll meet as a subcommittee and then update you guys in October and keep moving that forward.
Yeah, but Julie, you'll come up with the timeline as far as when you want to send it out.
Yeah.
I think
Do you guys have any recommendations for that or anything we've learned from the past that we should be keeping in mind? I feel like you guys have talked about like wanting to put it out there earlier.
I think it's to get it, at least I think it's better to do earlier, but also just that we have the flyer so we can share it with, because sometimes people don't read those things that come from the City of Bismarck, unfortunately, because they think it's spam, which I've talked to a few different people, but I then have sent that to them if I feel it's somebody that would benefit from coming. So if we could at least have the flyer sooner.
Okay. It's already, Kaylin's already made it, so that could go out pretty quickly. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, it's already
You
changed.
can just print.
Look
Yeah,
at that,
that's what I
already
said.
Look
Oh,
at
it's
that.
already.
You're like, snap your fingers, Maribel, and it's changed.
Can be printed anytime, I guess.
Looks good. We decided we're using unhoused. We talked to Michelle, correct? The lack of
Well-
housing, I can't remember. We talked about
Yeah.
both.
How would you put that into a title?
No, hold on, I'm talking down below.
Oh, okay,
I
okay,
wasn't talking
okay.
about the title, I'm
Okay, I
talking
was like-
down below.
Yeah.
No.
And I noticed I changed the questions, like I will say, like, what is your experience of home, like, of being unhoused or experiencing homelessness? You know what I mean? So we're sort of weaving it into, but I think that might be an interesting I would be interested in the coalition's perspective on that, just to make sure that we're following the most up-to-date language, or at least maybe I can just lean on our moderators, Sister Kathleen and Michelle on that too. Yeah.
You can also reach out to Beth Shawns because she's the moderator for their meetings. Once a month.
Okay. Yeah, any other feedback we should just be considering as a subcommittee?
And if you don't have her number, I can ask her if it's okay if I give that one out there.
Okay. Sounds good.
Do you want to maybe have flyers of, like me to print off flyers and bring with to that meeting when I meet with them in a couple weeks? So I can give it to the coalition members.
Yeah.
I think
that's a
okay.
Yeah.
I can print out flyers and have them available.
More information, all the better.
When this, their meeting's actually at the Dream Center, so I can
Yeah.
have the flyers then too.
Okay. It's possible I might come for that like 9 to 9:45, and then I just have a 10 a.m. meeting. I can't.
Yeah, definitely come
Yeah.
upstairs, I think.
Okay.
Katie, I have a question. I know we talked about Matt. He was at the previous community conversations event as being a backup for Experience Unhoused. When do you want me to ask him? I know you need to ask other people. I know we're still waiting for a couple answers in terms of our timeline.
Yeah, I was just gonna I'll reach back out to YouthWorks. Got a recommendation on Darius from Commissioner Connolly too. So let's do a few. I mean, I'm not against having the same panelists, but I think we should always reach to sort of diversify. But I know that he was a really meaningful voice in that conversation as well. So can we give it maybe a week, do you think, Joan? And just see if we can fill that, and if not, you can reach out to him.
Okay, that sounds good, because I know we still need to send out the formal invitation to the panelists and whatnot, so.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good, thank you.
That formal invitation, that is the one that has the 3 questions that will be happening that we've done in the past.
Yeah, we haven't obviously sent that out yet, but that can be a priority over the next week too. Flyer, invitations to moderators and panelists, and finalizing that 5th spot.
Anything else regarding that? Okay, let's go on to the next, which is the community events. So this entire time I've been calling the walk the wrong name. It used to be called the Buddy Walk, and it's still in my head. It is the Walk for Down Syndrome that we are volunteering for. So I had gotten an email, or 2 emails from Kendra, who's the executive director of Designer Jeans. One email is for the volunteers, which is Joan and I that are volunteering either on Monday or Tuesday of next week. So I shared that with Joan as far as the details, as far as putting together the things that we need to put together on those 2 days. And then the other email was in regards to the actual walk day, which was Marabella and Katie had volunteered. So I had forwarded that to you as far as details on that. And I did let her know that you guys would be there 8:30 to 10:30. I know it talks about 8:30 to 12:30, but I'd let her know. And as far as volunteers, the day of, it's us, Bismarck Stilettos, which is another volunteer organization I'm a part of, and then MTU. So she said, I think they'll have about 10 volunteers or so throughout the day with registration. Is there anybody that I missed that wanted to volunteer? Tia or Betsy at all? They have? Okay. I have to let Kendra know. So the hours, Tia, are 8:30 to 12:30. You could either do the whole entire time, or 8:30 to 10:30, or 10:30 to 12:30. What time would you want, so I can let her know? Okay. I will send you that and I'll let Kendra know. Oh, did she? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I didn't know because yesterday she hadn't, she'd only send them to me. Cause I'd asked in my other group if they'd gotten them, they hadn't. So I'm like, I might as well just send them out to everyone before the meeting. So you guys double got the same email, I'm sure.
Yeah.
All her contact information is on there for you to.
we're not looking any form of donation sponsorship.
We already did,
The 250, right?
yes. And I believe it's on the t-shirts or whatever
Yeah.
advertisement is because they asked for it.
Okay.
So as far as at the registration, I think you're mostly taking selling t-shirts and stuff and you have late payments or whatever. And then Joan and I will be packing t-shirts together, I think. All right, anything else on that event? Any other questions from anyone? Thank you for everyone that's volunteering and really appreciates it. And then Tia wanted to talk about it, the Open Your Heart campaign.
I apologize. We're trying to get to drill. So Open Your Heart campaign is something that, sorry, I'm going to pull over here really quick. It's something that the American Legion puts on. It is an event in December. I should have had the information in front of me. I apologize. But it is something where they collect, they do food drives all over like at certain schools, businesses will do them. And then they'll also, they collect financial donations that they partner with Target and give gift cards to families that apply and are in need. It's like I said, it's in December, but I just wanted to throw it out there. Sarjan, I can get you more information just to see if it's something that we thought fell under our umbrella to possibly assist with. I was talking to Darcy, the chair, and he was saying that like they've never really had someone have a booth or anything, but we can like actually adopt an event, which would then, be like a financial contribution. So I just want to throw it out there. I apologize for not having any more information right now.
So like an adopted event, so we put like donate money for like a food drive or something. Is that what you're meaning?
Yeah, yes. And like I said, it's December. The main events are December 6th and 13th. So we would have October if we wanted to. I could actually get something prepared for you to actually vote on. But I just want to make people aware of it.
Anybody have any questions? I've heard of it before. I knew it was I thought it was the American Legion, but it's a really good event.
And I know like there's a lot of moving parts and I just kind of got briefed in on it, but they'll have like packing events where a lot of times military units will go to certain locations where they actually pack the food. The Patriot Guard gets involved and they'll come help pack the food and then deliver. So there's a lot of different pieces to it. So I'll put something together and get it to you here in the next couple of days, Sarjana.
You also look and see if are they needing volunteers too, where we could also volunteer if we're available.
Yep, and I'll check on that. He says they're usually overstocked on volunteers, but there is an event, like there's actual day of events in the mall. And because that's what I was kind of talking to him about. He's like, because then we could possibly have maybe not an entire booth, but something about actually provide our information at something like that as well. So I'll double check with him kind of what the left and right limits are. But yeah, I would, if it falls under our umbrella and something that we could do, I just would like to kind of maybe keep it in mind that it's something we use $250, for, like I said, if it falls under what we can.
Great, thanks Tia for bringing that. Does anybody else have any? I know Joan, I think you have an event coming up. Your South Korea event is in October as well.
Yeah, it's we have a series called Know My Culture for the North Dakota Asian American Arts and Cultural Initiative. And Know My Culture South Korea is on Thursday, October 16th. It's a free event at the library. It's from 5:30 to 7. We'll be providing information, presentation about South Korea, and some food tasting and some cultural items on display. It's a family-friendly event, so bring your families. Everybody's welcome.
So how many of those do you have? Is that quarterly you have those events?
We usually do them during the fall, winter seasons where, you know, people don't have a lot of stuff to do outdoors. So we do 3 of them in the Bismarck Library and then 3 in the Mandan Library. So it's basically every month during the fall and winter season.
Does anyone have any questions on that? All right, any other events, community events we need to talk about?
Did we learn anything more about MLK?
No. I haven't gotten one of those emails for a while. Everybody can meet on Monday. Mondays are good for people. I haven't got anything. I can reach out to them.
I'm just thinking of like, but from a budget standpoint, we talked about maybe.
Unless they took me out of him, I don't know. Not gotten him in a while. I'll reach out to him. The committee chair, I don't know if it's him anymore, but yeah, I know he's on it.
Is it a committee of people?
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
There's a few people in there. Or any other events? Nothing? All right, she is driving, so I probably have to just read the text about it, but, so Tia had a good idea, something new for our podcast that we're gonna do, for one of our episodes, so I was just gonna bring it. Tia came up with the idea that we're going to do an episode, basically, we talk about what we've learned by having a podcast, like it'll be 3 years. By the time we hit it, it'll be 3 years because we're gonna record it in January. About what we've learned and the kind of a behind the scenes of things that go into the podcast that people might not know. Dakota Media Access is really trying to get more people to potentially do podcasts, and they have been pretty well for themselves. If you listen to the podcast at all, they're adding podcasts the past, I'd say 6 months or so. So they're looking at maybe getting more out about podcasts. So we thought this would be a good idea, or Tia did, where we could kind of talk about what goes into it, like the editing of it that Tia does, and then going out the streaming platform. And then how we come up with our ideas with brainstorming as far as guests go, and then what goes into it from there, like getting people's bios and then kind of developing the questions from there. You can't have it shut. It's a public meeting.
Yeah, it's
You
gotta
can't have
be
a
open,
workshop
shady.
meeting.
We can have them?
No,
It's gotta be
public
open.
meeting.
I was thinking about people online.
I mean, you can shut it some, it just can't be all the way shut. That's it. So, and then talking about like how we export things to social media and things like that, I think is what she came up with. So that's something that we're looking at as doing that we haven't done in the past. Again, and I know I talk about the, like, every time I talk about the podcast, if you have any potential guests, make sure you let us know. Coming up, we have Heather May. What is her title?
Community integration specialist, I
Mhm.
believe.
Integration specialist. She'll be on the podcast coming up. And then we're looking for people going forward from December on. So if you can think of anyone that's made a difference in our community, that you think would be good and interested in the podcast, make sure you let us know. We get a lot of our guests from people that come with us with ideas that we may have not thought of, that are potential guests, and really never had anybody say no to us, so, as far as being on it, so hopefully that, we have Keith Herzog too coming up, with the Downtowners Association, so that should be interesting, find a lot of information as far as the street fair and things that are going on as well. And every single episode, I learned something that I did not know. Every episode, so if you have anybody, make sure you just let Tia and myself know.
When is that one coming on?
It's Kate, not Dawn. We're taping with her actually in October, I believe. Yes, October, we're taping with her and Sandy McMurdy from the Secretary of State's office.
Kate is coming.
We've had Dawn before,
You did.
yeah, a while ago. That's why we did a little bit past Kate.
Have you had Molly McLean?
No, I did think of her too, and as Maribel was talking, I did think of her, because we really haven't had any artists on either.
Mm-hmm.
So I wrote her down.
One thing just I want to plug is we are at for total, since we switched over to the Spreaker platform, we're at 17,300 roughly downloads. I have a personal goal of getting us to 20,000 by the end of the year. So if you guys could please make sure you're sharing, listening. That's just my competitiveness there. But each month we're getting about 2,000 to 2,200 downloads. And again, that's not including radio.
She definitely has a goal. A lot, so you can help us out by listening. They're very good guests. 30 minutes is what they generally are, so.
Yes,
How many
actually
guests do we
listen because of
have?
what you'll learn.
Yeah.
Not just because I'm competitive.
We'll learn something in every episode. Do you have anything else, Tia? About that?
I don't, and I'll be back to driving. So if I do, I'll actually have to pop on mic here. So
Right. Any other business that we need to talk about? Joan, do you have anything else?
I don't think so.
Let's see, you have anything?
No.
Katie?
No.
Bella? No. Right, we are adjourned then. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I'm gonna turn this off.